Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. The ABC TV affiliate in Scranton, Pennsylvania has a segment on the news where people can call in and give their opinions.
That could go well.
Sure. Last week, one of their callers had a theory on why we're seeing more tornadoes now than we used to, and he blames traffic circles. You know, little circles you have to drive your car around, has multiple ways for you to get off.
Oh, like roundabouts.
Yeah, exactly. Roundabouts, traffic circles. We call them rotaries in the Northeast.
Really?
In Boston, yeah. We call them rotaries.
Rotaries?
Yeah, we're weird. We have weird names for everything.
Is that because of a rotary phone?
I don't know.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah. I see where you're going with that.
But, of course, I think they were rotaries long before the phone came around. That's as far as with horses, and I don't know why they call them that. But, yeah, the traffic circles. He's saying traffic circles
They're
are
fun.
why,
I like those.
Well, you know what, Steve? You can't take them anymore.
No?
They may be causing tornadoes. He's got this. Here's his reason why.
We didn't have tornadoes here until we started putting into traffic circles. Because on the count of, you want to know why? When people go round and round in circles, it causes disturbance in the atmosphere and causes tornadoes.
Or tornadoes.
Or tornadoes.
This man exists.
Yeah, he does.
I'm proud of that guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, guys, there is no scientific proof that it doesn't cause tornadoes.
Okay.
I haven't seen any proof disproving his theory.
But have scientists even entertained it to do anything to prove that it doesn't happen?
What are they doing? Where's Jeff Goldblum when you need him? Let's figure this out.
We've got these tornadoes.
Yeah. So this is what the news stations are doing. Rather than go, hey, here's what's coming up in sports, here's what's going on in the weather, they put that guy on.
I wish they would do that more. Like if somebody, one of the executives says, why are we doing this opinions thing where we have people calling with their opinions? This would be example A of why we do it.
Yeah.
Because we get great calls like this.
And if you missed it, folks, the reason that tornadoes are happening more and more, apparently it's because of traffic circles, according to this guy.
We didn't have tornadoes here until we started putting into traffic circles.
Yeah.
Because on the count of, you want to know why? When people go round and round in circles, it causes disturbance in the atmosphere and causes tornadoes.
Science!
You think he's just punking them?
I do.
No, I think this guy thoroughly believes this.
Yeah, you do?
Yes.
All right.
He sounds very convinced of himself.
They need to put him on on Fallon or Ellen.
Or on medication, one of the two.
Yeah, or the combination of all.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Yeah, you no doubt about it. Yeah, Ellen's got to fly that guy out there, and he needs to explain. He needs to explain a lot more science to us, not just tornadoes.
I want a documentary made on this guy.
Yeah.
I want to learn more about him.
How did he get to be such a genius? How did he figure out stuff the way he does?
So you think he's there and he just sees like one of these roundabouts and he's just like, F that. I ain't creating no tornadoes.
No, he doesn't want. Yeah, he's like, that's it. There are too many tornadoes. I'm going to find another way to get where I got to go.
He says, one person says, this reminds me of the lady that didn't understand why the government would put deer crossings on highways. Like the signs were put there so that the deers would cross where the signs are. LMAO.
Oh, yeah, you don't know that's why they're there? That's so the deer know which the proper place to cross. I thought everybody knew that. I mean, come on. How are they supposed to stay safe?
I mean, it's just that sounds like something like a 7-year-old would come up with.
It really does. It does sound like I got a little time on my hands. I'm going to punk somebody.
Like the dumb things we think of. Like when I was a kid, I thought when my dad would hit the blinker on his car, that was his own version. The car had a GPS before GPS ever existed. He would hit a button. It would tell him which direction to go.
Oh.
So when I was a kid, I was stupid. I mean, I haven't gotten much smarter, but I know that that's not true.
You know, the thing is that even though that's pretty stupid, it's genius that should exist.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I always thought, oh, Dad's lost. That's why he's hitting the switch. And I was always like, why does he always hit the switch when we're leaving our block? He should know where we got to go. I would just say, oh, we got to go right. Oh,
the conversation he must have had with you. Did you actually ask him?
No, I kept that quiet.
Yeah, you did. You just knew, like, there's no good answer for that. My dad's just going to yell at me.
Yeah, and at some point I realized that was not true, and I was like, this is something I'm just going to keep with myself until one day I get to do a radio show and
And then you get the last
a couple
laugh.
hundred people there.
Yeah, you get the last laugh because GPS now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is something that exists if you get lost. Hell, you can go anywhere you want and they'll just recalculate for you. It's great. Now, I just had this happen to me yesterday, and this is a big debate going on right now over whether the person stuck in the middle seat of an airplane deserves both of the armrests.
Oh,
yes.
Wait, why would you? Don't you usually fly all fancy?
Yeah.
There's no middle seat when you're flying fancy.
I don't always get fancy, dude. It just depends on whether or not my CFO, Russell Wilson, thinks I deserve an upgrade.
Oh, wait, so you had to slum it in coach?
Yeah, most of the time I slum it in coach. But every once in a while I get lucky, and Russell Wilson says, I bestow, as Chief Football Officer, first class to you, sir.
That's one of my favorite parts of first class is that you don't even have to share your armrest with the person right next to you.
No, it's that huge armrest.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have like a little table in between the two
So
of you.
good.
For drinks.
Yeah, and they got the little extra. They got the little extra drink thing that pulls out too.
Yep.
So even if it gets a little crowded, no worries. Oh yeah. But yesterday, I'm going to give this guy credit. He was a big boy. You know, and he and his wife were large, and it was so bad. He and his wife were large, and I guess they got the tickets late because they both were stuck in the middle seat.
Okay.
But in different aisles, so they were across the aisle from each other. So you know, and so he did the best he could. He folded his hands real hard, like he hugged himself, so that he wouldn't bleed over into my seat because he was a bigger guy. Mm-hmm. And I, of course, did what I'm supposed to do, which, you know, they wonder why they always hit us with the beverage cart and they get mad at us, but they don't understand that we're trying to give more room to the middle seat person.
Yeah,
I lean out a little bit to give more room to the middle guy.
No different in the window. Granted,
Yeah.
I also lean so I could rest my head on the plane so I could take a nap. But, you know, that way you kind of have given each other separation.
Yeah.
Although I'm a firm believer that you could both use the armrest.
I'm not.
How?
I use the armrest by resting it on the side of the armrest, but I give him or her the full surface because
Somebody
they got
can
nothing.
work the back part of the armrest and the other person works the front. You can work together.
I hadn't thought about that.
I've done that.
Yeah, I work the side.
Uh-huh.
That's what I do. Like,
That's
I'll
fair.
rest my arm on the side, but they still got the full surface if they need it.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
Armrests and
so-
roundabouts.
So the idea is that people are saying that the middle person deserves both armrests. I agree, they do. And some people are saying yes, like me. And
I have a question.
lots of
about
people
that.
saying no.
Why are we rewarding the procrastinators?
Oh, you're saying because they took so long.
If they would have gotten on top of it and they got that plane ticket, they could have picked their seat. They wouldn't have to worry about this.
Dude, it's not easy.
I know.
And my fight with my wife about this.
I'm looking to piss off somebody out there.
You're right, but dude, you're
just pissed
absolutely
BJ
right. My wife, we got to go back to Boston, and I'm saying, can you figure out when you want to go? And she's like, well, I go, you don't understand. If we wait, we're going to be in middle seats. We don't, or
Right.
we got to pay ridiculous money for first class. I'd rather not do that.
Mm-hmm.
We can, let's get the aisle seat. Let's get this done.
Let's lock it in.
Yeah, and she's like, well, and I'm the one that has to do the travel agent thing because she's going to fly out of California. I'm going to fly out of Seattle, so we're not going to be on the same plane. And I'm like, hey, look, if you don't mind being in the middle seat, I don't care, but I do mind because we got to get on top of it. It's
Wait,
like,
so when you guys fly, though, somebody in do you guys sit next to each other?
no, well, again, when we fly together, we do, yes.
Okay, so
But-
someone's getting that middle seat.
Yeah, but
do
you
you
know,
bite the bullet and take the middle seat, or
Well, here's the thing. This is when I use my upgrades. Like when I have all my miles, I will use those miles to get first class seats when we fly.
and they'd be
together.
like, babe, sorry, I got to go. Got upgraded.
Yeah, I got upgraded.
I'll send you a drink.
Yeah, I get myself a first class seat.
That'd be such a baller move.
Yeah. Well, it is, and sometimes, look, I fly so much.
Just text her the whole time.
Oh,
How you doing back there?
Done that to the kids.
Yeah,
So great.
Well, that's how they need to learn.
That's how they learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here you go, kids. Get back there.
See, I'm stuck in the middle a lot whenever I travel with my wife because she likes the window seat. So do I. But I'm a
Oh,
gentleman.
you're in the middle?
So I'll take that middle, and I'll just, but I'll just lean all over her.
I get mad at
deal
the-
with that because I don't want to
Yeah.
have to lean on the person
Yeah.
to the left of me or to the right of me, depending on which aisle we're in.
See, I get mad at those people because I see the guy and the girl, and I know that, and I'm on the aisle seat, and here they come into the, they got the window in the middle, and I feel like, oh, I know what's going to happen because she doesn't want to be next to a stranger, but he's a big guy and she's a tiny girl. It would be much better if she'd be in the middle. We'd all have a better time.
Yeah.
Instead, I got Big Galoot Jimmy, who's next to me, and if she doesn't want him leaning on him, then it's like he's in my area, and it's just like, if you would just switch, miss, I'm not a serial killer. Well, I know I look like one, but I'm not.
I was about to say, well, if you would have looked a little less like Gary Ridgway, maybe she would be okay with it.
And they give me that same look that like, oh yeah, honey, I'm going to take the window. Every time they see me.
Yeah.
Well, she likes it because she likes to look out the window. And because she can't sleep, so she just wants something to do, and I'd rather. But sometimes it's frustrating because she uses the bathroom. I barely ever need the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
But then it's just like, all right, well, just if I'm asleep, just climb over me. And there are times I wake up and she's like climbing over me. The person that's in the aisle seat's already up, looking like, what kind of weird relationship is this? Is she giving him a lap dance? What's going on here?
I never understand people that try to not put up their trays or climb over somebody else when they're in coach, because the seats are narrow and they try not to like the person won't just get out. I get out all the time. It's like, look, I'm going to get out. There's no way you're going to.
Oh yeah.
I had two girls next to me.
I do that with my wife. I wouldn't do that with a stranger. Like, hey, climb over.
That would be funnier.
Oh, it happened yesterday.
Love to see that.
There was a girl who was of average size who was in between, and then on the flight back, and then there was a bit of a bigger girl who definitely. And here's how I only know this because I'm watching this happen. You're kind of watching the show. She had a big ass, and I cannot lie. Like she looked fine, except sometimes girls just have that body where that butt is it's there.
Yes.
And she is trying to get out and climb over her friend and not raise the tray table, and it is just the ass show. I mean, because it's the only way she can do this. And I'm standing up and I'm just watching the ass show happen. And she's got these pants that are quite loud. So it's you're just like, okay, this is a beating. I mean, it's great for anybody that likes this kind of show, but it's like, why won't you just get like?
None of this sounds creepy, BJ. Continue to tell us about the ass show.
There we go. Yeah.
But
I'm called the creepy one.
Hold on a second. If a person won't just get up so that a person in the window can get out, instead they're climbing over, and they're climbing over ass first.
Yeah,
dude, everybody's seeing this on the plane because it took a while, and she was falling and tripping, and I'm just like, okay, and I'm standing up just waiting for them to get the hell out.
See, whenever it gets to the point where everyone's getting up, then I just use the bathroom if I don't have to. I'm like, everybody's up at this point. I might as well take advantage of this opportunity.
Good strategy.
Because then no one's. I always hate when someone's asleep. I don't want to wake that person up.
Yeah, they're good. I even let them go first because I always feel like you're getting back to the seat first. So why don't you go to the bathroom first? And so I usually let them get out. I let them go, and there's a whole thing, Steve.
Someone says dad has worked at Alaska for 30 plus years. Growing up, the middle got both armrests.
Yeah, that's how it should be. So, but here's the thing, man. They went to a Twitter poll, 100,000 votes, and
100,000 people chimed in on this.
Yeah, and more than 50,000 said no, the middle seat doesn't deserve both armrests. What's wrong with people? Of course they do. I mean, that seat sucks. You got to give them the armrests. Wow, people just don't care anymore.
Well, one person on Twitter commented on this vote, and they said plain etiquette rules are as follows. Let's see if you agree with this.
All right.
Left seat, aisle with the extra leg space and left armrest. Middle seat, both armrests. Window seat, window and place to lean against and right armrest.
Yep.
We are a society of rules, not animals.
True. Yeah, I agree with all those.
I can't argue with any of that. Yeah, I mean, I really can't. As the aisle guy, I don't mind getting up either because I get up a lot, and I tell everybody in my row, I go, look, but they don't even have to say anything because I get up so much to use the bathroom. They are happy with me. They're like, people follow me all the time. They're like, woo, this is awesome.
What's your thought on the person that just likes to walk the aisles?
Oh my gosh,
that
weird,
so
annoying.
Weird.
That person's
like, I get if you have a kid and you're trying to the baby. And
that's one thing.
Trying to walk the baby to maybe get it to stop crying.
Yeah.
But then there's always that one person that just seems to be doing laps back and forth. I remember one person doing lunges, like walking and doing lunges. The
exercise guy.
I get it. You're in shape.
Yeah. I don't want a blood clot.
I can probably forgive the walking. The lunges seems kind of dumb.
It's stupid. And I've seen it more than once.
Like I have a couple of friends when they fly, they need to be heavily sedated because they just get so much anxiety while flying. It's a cocktail of Valium and a couple gin and tonics for one of my friends. And
wow, that's quite a deal.
Yeah, she cannot.
She came to party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's her. She won't sleep or anything. That's just her to level her out. For me, I'd be done. But
really, so she's still alert after that.
Oh yeah.
Wow, good.
So I can kind of get why some people might want to walk. It might be the anxiety, but really lunges.
What about the people that visit? Like, there were people...
Oh, I can't stand that either.
The visitors irritate me.
The visitors? Who are the visitors?
Oh, you don't know the visitors? So there are people that are flying in different sections of the plane.
Got you.
And they visit.
Yeah.
There was a guy last time, his two bros, and I put it bros, they were up in first class, and he was back in coach. Yeah, he was back in coach, and he went up there and was just standing in first class the whole time talking to them. And I was like, can somebody tell him to go back to his seat, please? But the stewardess was being like super nice and didn't make him, and I was just like, I hate this guy so much.
Yeah, he doesn't get to hang in first class.
No!
If you're up in first class and you've actually paid, you're like, hey, you don't understand. Let's just get out.
And his bros were like,
you're not welcome here, sir.
Yeah, get out.
You should do that.
So,
sir, you're not welcome.
they have
here.
a curtain, sir.
Yes. So Ass Girl, by the way, we go to the bathroom.
Go back to Ass.
So after Ass Girl does her show, she's in the bathroom, and then I let her go first because then she can get to her seat first because she's in the window of my row. Then I come out, and there she is visiting with some friends. And so I'm like, all right, she'll be quick. She knows she's got to get back quick. Then finally, I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to tap her on the shoulder because I'm sitting here waiting to move. It's like right near the bathroom, so the people are like in the 20s. And I go, hey, just want to get back to my seat. At this point, she turns around. She knows it's me because we're in the same row. She goes, go by me. And I'm like, well, this sucks because I'm going to go sit in my seat and I can't get situated again because you're going to come through and you're going to have me get up again.
You should have gone by her and just started breathing heavy into the back of her neck.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Wow.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's just like etiquette. We can't put our trays down and watch our shows and eat our food if knowing that you're there and you're going to come disrupt us again.
And somebody brings up a good point about why they walk, because, we were questioning it, but then somebody has a valid reason. You have to walk on the plane for circulation. Blood clots are a real concern for some of us. Yeah. I'll have to think twice next time I judge.
Oh, wear socks. Wear the compression socks.
BJ, here I am trying to change my viewpoint on things. This texter brings up a good point, and you're Captain Socks.
Also, BJ,
get him at the Rock Shop, KISW.com.
Well, how about people wouldn't get blood clots if they buy our socks? I'm just saying.
BJ, you're like 2 years away from doing that. You already stretch in the halls during the breaks. I can see you getting up on a plane and stretching.
I don't. If I do it on the plane, I will go back to the bathrooms and do it because then I won't be doing it in front of people.
I want to start doing it, just do downward dog, just on the plane.
Do it.
Put my ass right up into someone's face
with yoga pants, please.
Of course, that's how I fly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
For comfort.
I can't tell you how many times I've had butt in the face because people don't realize that you're butt level when someone's sitting and they bend over and get
Deja Vu Airlines.
Well, except it's not the people you want.
Never is.
That's the problem. It's always the old guy who you go, wow, sir. Oh, did you have beans today? Because you know what? That's what's happening.
Hey, a few people actually suggested we check out Jim Jeffries, the comedian who we've had on our show.
Love Jim.
But apparently he has a very funny airplane etiquette bit.
Oh, yeah.
It swears.
Yeah.
Lots of swears.
So maybe we have to watch it on our own time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn, too bad.
It's Jim Jeffries. Come on.
Jim Jeffries uses bad language? Never heard of that.
No, not Jim. A well-known actress was being interviewed and completely forgot that she was in a blockbuster movie. How about you got that kind of career? You don't even remember the big movie you're in.
Must be nice.
The audio is awesome. You're going to hear it at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Jon Favreau. You know him from the Marvel movies. He's also done some great. He did the Disney Jungle Book movie, directed that live action, and he plays Tony Stark's assistant. I can't remember his name. Happy. Thank you.
Yep. And what was that movie they did? Where it was a food truck chef. That was good.
That was a lot of fun.
That was good stuff.
Well, it's funny you bring that up, Steve, because he's got a new cooking show on Netflix called The Chef Show, and Gwyneth Paltrow was on the first episode, and they both did not remember that they were in Spider-Man: Homecoming together.
We were actually doing it when we were filming Spider-Man. That was the first time. We just brought a film crew with us down to Atlanta, and we cooked at the Optimist.
Spider-Man?
Well, yeah, we were in Spider-Man together. Remember we were on Spider-Man?
We weren't in Spider-Man.
Yes, we were. Homecoming. You were in Spider-Man.
No.
Yeah.
I was in Avengers.
No, you were in Spider-Man also. It's become... Remember Spider-Man at the end, and Tom Holland's there, and you're going to walk out and do a press conference. And I give you the ring.
Yes.
That was Spider-Man.
That was Spider-Man? Oh, my God.
It's like talking to BJ.
You know what, though?
Right?
I can't
so
blame
true.
her. I get that it's like, what? But You know, having talked to some actors, they do so much, they forget some stuff that they were in, especially when it crisscrosses.
And to be perfectly honest, I mean, how many different, for this movie, how many times did she play Pepper Potts? And they're like, we're just going to insert this in certain movies. Like, you don't know which ones you're going to be in when it's a Spider-Man, Avengers, or any of these.
Wouldn't it be funny if they never told her she was in Spider-Man? They just said, just film this other thing. Don't worry. It's for the... And then she's like, where'd that scene go? I don't know. And then they just took the scene that they filmed for the Avengers and put it into Spider-Man.
Yeah, you hope she gets paid. You hope she got paid.
You think she's calling her agent?
Yeah.
Did I do Spider-Man?
Did I get paid? Are we getting any piece of this at all? Because that was a good movie. That's funny. Speaking of Gwyneth Paltrow, she is what they call in a consciously coupled relationship. Have you heard of this thing?
I don't know what that means.
When you're consciously coupled, you're not married, but I guess you're committed to each other. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, I guess, have been consciously coupled. Okay. I suppose you can call it that. Here's this, though. They are living my lifestyle, and I think that they ought to give me credit. I can't believe they're not giving me any credit. Because her and TV producer Brad Fulchek, they do not live together.
Oh, does she live with Dr. Pokey as well?
No, she doesn't live with Dr. Pokey. No, she doesn't live with, And my wife doesn't live with Dr. Pokey.
Well, I mean, he spends a lot of time there.
He does, but they don't live. He doesn't live there.
Sorry.
He
doesn't have his own room.
He turned your wife's apartment into his office.
That's true. That I will give you. But he just doesn't live there. He works there. He doesn't live there. Just let's clarify.
Yep. Needs it.
How about this, though? So Gwyneth Paltrow says that her consciously coupled man, Brad, spends 4 nights a week at her place and then spends the other 3 at his house when he has his kids.
Okay.
Oh, I'm for that. Don't bring your kids over to my house. They're not my kids. Seriously, I don't need that.
You're going to have to keep your own place. I don't want to deal with your kids.
Yeah, I'm totally with that. Gwyneth's a good move. She says she's very cool with it. You know why? Because, her intimacy coach told her that it was...
Wait a second.
Yeah. Her intimacy coach.
How does one become her intimacy coach?
Maybe you got to go see Dr. Pokey. Maybe
okay.
Yeah, you get intimate, right?
See,
so you get to wear like a cool coach's jacket or something like that?
Yeah.
Ooh, satin smoking jacket like Hugh Hefner.
Whatever you think of my wife.
Okay.
I think my wife and Gwyneth Paltrow would be great friends because they do the same weird stuff.
Yeah.
They really do.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody texted, I've never heard this story. Why is it that you and your wife live in different states?
Oh, they don't know. It's because of Steve.
Dr. Pokey.
Steve broke up the relationship.
I did. She was sick of all the movie recommendations I was making, and BJ would come back and watch them.
Yeah. As opposed to just being sick of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all my fault.
Well, a short story. There was a Dr. Pokey was a guy that used to do his acupuncture in Bellevue and was really helpful when Kathy got in her car accident over 10 years ago. And then he moved to California and Sarah had a lot of surgeries. And so my wife's like, hey, maybe I can get down and see if the Dr. Pokey can help you out. And so they rented a place for a little while and then Kathy never came back.
And your daughter thinks it's weird.
Yeah, Sarah didn't take. It didn't take to Sarah. Sarah's not new agey like her mom.
No.
So, yeah, she was like, what is happening here?
Sarah's one of these crazy women that think a man and a woman who are married should live together in the same home.
Well, Gwyneth Paltrow and Brad Fulchek, why? They don't either.
They're not married.
Well, we're consciously coupled,
no,
and we just
not.
have a piece
you
of paper.
Are married.
We consciously went and got a piece of paper.
Oh, my gosh.
I think it's great to have separate places. I do. I wish it was a little closer.
Yeah.
That way I wouldn't have to take a plane ride to her. But
would you rather? If she lived in Portland, you'd have to drive to visit her.
It's the same distance.
Right.
As far as time.
No, I understand that. So I'm asking, what would you rather? Would you rather be in a car driving to see her or get on a plane to go see her?
Oh, I'd rather get on a plane because nothing against Portland, but I get to go to the sun. I'd rather go to the beach in the sun if I'm going to take a 3-hour trip, and I'll hop on a plane and do that rather than take a 3-hour drive and be in Portland. Again, nothing against Portland, but it's just not... It's not the California beach.
Well, California doesn't have the A crop. Oh, then again, Portland doesn't either.
Yeah, I don't have it right now either, dude.
There's next weekend, not this coming weekend, but next weekend, hopefully they're open again. Anybody doing any sort of research to find out?
No, zero research has been done, BJ.
You're making me give up a whole weekend. I better get steak and...
It's not a whole weekend. It's
Friday.
a Friday night and a little bit of Saturday morning. We're coming back Saturday morning.
What kind of fun are we going to have? We're coming back Saturday morning. I thought we were going to see the sights.
And by the sights, the mountains?
Well, no, there was a comic book store we were going to go to. No, we're not doing any of that now, Vic. We're going to come back the next morning, seriously?
Yeah, the next morning.
Oh.
That was the whole plan this whole time.
I thought you said we were going to go see comic book stores.
I said if you guys wanted to when we arrived, if you wanted to or somebody else wanted to, they could do that when we arrived before dinner.
Did you know that you were also in Spider-Man?
I was in Spider-Man?
Homecoming.
I didn't know. Well, I just didn't think we'd be able to jam everything into one evening. I thought the evening was going to be us hanging out at the A-Crop pretty much.
We could jam a lot in there.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, jeez.
Well, like dinner.
Are you sure you want to use that phrase?
Yeah.
I don't think we should use the jam.
Drinks.
Right.
That's what I was
Good
thinking.
music.
I think we'd be trash. We wouldn't be able to do anything on the ride down. We're going to be drinking all the time. We're not going anywhere. But Saturday we're going home. What time are we going home Saturday? Early?
In the morning.
Anywhere between 6 and 9.
Can we at least go to Voodoo Donuts?
You can do whatever you want, man.
Mickey, we got to go to Voodoo
We can
Donuts.
stop by on the way home.
You know, lines are kind of crazy at Voodoo.
Come on! You're not going to take me to Voodoo Donuts on my bachelor
Yeah,
party?
maybe we can get him DoorDashed or something.
This is the worst bachelor party ever, Vicky.
Oh my God! You know what? You're not invited to your own bachelor party now.
Uh-oh. So
Ungrateful
he says, I'll go with you,
bitch.
BJ. I'll take you to the sites and we can stay as long as you want. You can just go drive with this person.
There you
Yeah. You can't stay a little like stay part of the day and come home like it's Saturday night? No?
Well, that wasn't the original plan. We all agreed on this.
We did?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all. I
You
thought
don't remember anything.
We fleshed this all out on air.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't listen to you guys.
No,
I don't
Well,
do
then
this
why
show.
are you
There
complaining?
go.
Shut
All right.
up.
We're gonna go home.
I might not even be able to make it now.
Are you serious? Steve, if Steve bails, I'm bailing. I mean, I only did this because it was Steve's idea and he was so excited for this. Now you're not going to... Rev's not going either.
To be fair, it was my idea.
I'm going to be
Okay,
idea.
well,
It's
no,
Vicky's
can I
boss.
bail? If Steve bails, can I bail?
Yes, actually, I think I might prefer it.
This is the best bachelor party ever.
Wow. No, if you bail
We could
now...
go to a
I can-
comic book store together.
Well,
Would you go to a
you have to let me know
comic
if you're really bailing. I can actually. My wife is really upset because I'm not going to see her for a month.
Oh.
I could go see her this weekend. If you're bailing, I'm definitely
see
bailing.
her that weekend.
Just realize that you invited some of your friends and they're
Oh no, they're done. They're out.
But they don't even want to go to the comic book store with him.
Vicky, you're going to go to BJ's bachelor party by yourself.
I'm totally down.
Rolling solo with the party bus by herself.
If he's bailing and Steve's bailing, why? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
What the hell kind of party is that?
Since the
all-
A-crop is gone, I'm gone.
I'm sorry that Danny and Joey and I aren't good enough for you, and same with your buddies.
Yeah.
For a party.
Well, I mean, my buddies, I see them anytime I want. I mean, it's the thing is this was a Steve bonding moment. I don't really see
was a
Steve
Steve
outside.
bonding.
That's what, yes.
Yeah, that's
we were
what-
going to bond at it was his
We were bonding.
He wanted to have a steak at the A-crop, and I'm
With
like, all right,
BJ.
let's go do it.
And you don't want to bond with me at the strip club.
Okay, good. Now you get it. All right,
Okay.
all right.
I just wanted to confirm, have it out there.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Danny, I've cried with Danny many times. I don't need to be crying with
Oh,
him at a
you were
strip club.
crying with Danny?
I mean, well, I've been while he's there while he's crying himself.
I believe it.
Are you
We all
definitely-
cry
Steve,
when
when are you
with
going to
Danny.
know if you're out?
Today.
Okay. If Steve's out, I'm out. Because it's not, I mean, come on.
You're the one going to tell your friends, though.
Oh, I'll tell them. They listen to the show. They're going to know right now. They'll find something else to do.
Sorry, guys.
They had to pay, right? Didn't they have to pay for their own stuff anyway?
Well, I haven't charged anybody yet.
is
It's all
awesome.
under me.
This is
This
amazing.
is the best bachelor party
This is
ever.
just falling apart.
I know, because
Rev's
everyone's got
fault.
to pay. So
It's
if
not my
It's
fault.
not all, I even made it. I got coupons and everything. I actually did the work.
Well, is it to blame Steve and Rev for bailing?
Don't blame
They have
No, don't
stuff
blame
to
me.
do. They
It's not
actually
my
have.
bachelor party.
What has Steve got to do?
Stuff.
Yeah.
Steve has always told us that he puts a question mark after every plans he makes.
That's right.
In case
Yeah,
he
see,
needs
I
to do
don't.
something
And you know
more
me.
important.
If people bail on a thing that I put in a calendar, I get pissed.
I didn't bail. I'm the one that put it together.
Vicky's still going.
I gave you my party bus that I won fair and square.
Well,
from
bring other
Jason.
people. You can't
stole
have a
it
good
from
time with
Jason.
me.
Hey, he wanted the
Gave him aquarium tickets in exchange for it.
Seattle Center tickets.
Yeah,
difference.
science.
Okay.
He likes science, so
He
I think
does.
it was a fair.
No,
trade.
it's fine. You can have the party bus and you can go without me and have a good time, can't you? Bring more friends.
Just put it on the group chat. That way BJ can feel like he's there.
We can't take pictures at the A-crop. They have signs everywhere. Not that I know.
Okay. Look, here's the thing. I'm going to just say this right now, Steve.
Yes.
You and Rev are the closest to me in age.
Yep.
If you're not there, and and my buddy, one of my buddies is like you. Last minute, he's got to go to some recital. So it's like, I don't count on anybody, but if you're not going to be there, I'm like, I'm not going to hang out with Vicky, Danny, and my son. They're like 100 years younger than me. I just, it ain't going to happen. Not at a strip club with
Yeah, they know how to party. Don't worry about
And
it.
then we're leaving early on the next morning, and we're not even getting to go do anything I might want to do.
Well, you should have said that at the beginning when we planned this.
I just didn't think we would go and turn around in the morning. Who does that?
We did that so you could
Crazy
get back and do
people.
your gaming.
No,
You always have stuff going on. I was trying to be.
No, you're a lame-o.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Such a lame-o.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't.
I mean, I can't
You're not
help
allowed.
it, but my recital that I'm going to be in
Yeah.
is a very special recital.
I think I'm all right.
Yeah,
Can I
I'm
officially?
a part of the
I'm going to
Cats.
text my wife right now and ask her if I can come next weekend.
What if she says no?
It's not going to the A crop.
No, now you're not allowed.
What do you mean it's not? Yes, it is. It's not this weekend. It's next weekend.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Sorry.
This is good.
All right, Dan, do you know what date it is? Danny not going to be there because he doesn't know what weekend it is? Seriously, no one's going to be there but me on the bus.
already there.
Me and Vicky and all of her weirdo friends. I don't know.
They're the ones you invited to your game night, so calm down.
All right. Well, plus, the A crop might not even be open.
That's the other thing. The A crop is closed.
There's plenty of other nice strip joints.
Not with steak bites.
Yeah, they've only got,
There's Casa Diablo, and by the way, I've been to Casa Diablo. They do some freaky. No, I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about the freaky stuff the girls do.
I don't, Vicky, I've seen all that in my life. I've seen a girl make things disappear, But
don't you still like it? To watch?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Stevie with me on that, right? I mean, once you see a girl, do a magic act,
Yeah, you never want to see it again.
Someone says, why are you all being so lame? BJ deserves this. You guys are being crappy friends.
Hey,
I think being a good friend would be not go taking BJ, it sounds like, to Portland. I'm sorry.
Well, if Steve bails, I'm done. I'm just, that's why so tomorrow you'll know?
I said today.
Oh, today you'll know.
Today.
See, you don't listen.
Well, but today he'll know. But tomorrow we'll be able to announce it on the air, right?
Yes, but he will probably let us know via group chat.
I know, but I'm talking for the listeners, Vicky. We do a radio show, not just for us.
Well, it is for us. This is for us.
It's really no. We were. I really, you know what? I don't want to go anywhere with her.
Why not?
I just bail because of Vicky.
I mean, she looks like she wants to have fun with you.
Good. I don't want to go anywhere with Vicky. She's a pain in my ass. I really don't want to go.
I'm not doing anything for you ever again.
Okay, good. Thank you. Really? You promise?
Even if you ask for me to do something, I'm not doing it now.
Listen, it's not like you do anything that I like.
Came in. Get on with the show. No one cares about your trip.
No.
They're right about that. I don't even care about my trip. You're absolutely right. Call you, text her. You're 100% right. I was complaining about this with my wife the whole time. I go, I can't believe I'm going on this stupid trip.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And now you can't even get a voodoo donut.
No, I'm out. I'm officially out.
You're officially out because of the voodoo donuts?
Yep. I'm officially out. Rev is out.
Nice.
You're going to be out.
I'm back in.
You're back in. Perfect.
I'm kidding.
If you go, Steve, I will go.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll tell my friends that it's possible that I'm out. Can they still go if they want to go?
Yeah, they're more than welcome.
All right.
I like them.
Wow. Well, good. Good. Have a great time. All right. On Friday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Who was the only president of the Confederate States of America?
Oh, America. George Washington.
No.
Adams.
No.
Eisenhower.
No.
Oh, hey. Yeah, it was actually Jefferson Davis. Okay. Are we still doing this?
What?
Was I in Spider-Man? I can't remember. Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
I tell you. Friggin' Vicky, no voodoo donuts. We're not even going to go to the game.
Voodoo donuts.
Stupid Vicky, leaving at 8 in the morning.
And no comic books.
Unbelievable.
God.
You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Today tastes like game day at home, like assigned couch seating, like coffee table dining, and an ice-cold Coke to cool down the heat. Today tastes like watching football is supposed to, and it never tasted this good. Coca-Cola, together tastes better.
Football season is here. That means it's time to load up on some delicious ice-cold Coke. Pick up Coca-Cola today.